Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my day off. And today I'm gonna break away from my usual new fragrance reviews, and we're gonna talk about a fragrance that released last year, a very exclusive and sought after Roja Parfums fragrance. And this is for the library, our extensive library right here, guys, so everyone has a reference review on this very exclusive sought out fragrance. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys. Okay, liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel as we head towards 27,000 subscribers. So please continue all your support, guys. Deep dive into my over 900 videos and shop at our affiliate links and with our friends of the channel, our decanters. Thank you so much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than Roja Parfums Tea at BG. Yes, Roja Parfums Tea at BG, and BG stands for Bergdorf Goodman. And this sample was actually sent to me last year by a good friend of the channel, Terrence, and I want to thank you, Terrence, for sending this over. Last year, he kind of tucked it in with other stuff that he sent, and fast forward to today, this Roja Parfums fragrance, Tea at BG, is one of the most sought after fragrances out there. Limited to 130 or 150 bottles only for the 2024 release that now we are going to get, or we already have the 2025 one, which is Champagne at BG. And thankfully, Terrence has agreed to send a sample of that over as well for review at the channel. So thank you so much, Terrence. Okay, so what is up with this fragrance right here, Roja Parfums Tea at Bergdorf Goodman? Well, Bergdorf Goodman, as you all know, is one of the remaining big luxury department stores, true high-end luxury department stores in America. And I don't know if they have a tea thing as well, much like Fortnum and Mason does in London, but yeah, I've been there. I've shopped in the New York flagship one, and it is really one of the, it's the epitome of luxury if we're talking about shopping and retail high end, okay, in America. And this fragrance is one of many collaborations, I believe, that Roja has done with Bergdorf since the beginning of time, right? But definitely this one, tea, I mean, definitely is one of those things that is prominent nowadays. A lot of tea scents are becoming more and more popular. So it's perfect timing that Roja Dove puts in his 2 cents in the tea fragrance game. Okay, now that the genre, the style of tea scents are becoming a lot more popular nowadays. This fragrance limited to 130 to 150 bottles only. So a lot of Roja fans were clamoring after it. I believe even the champagne one is limited, and everyone went after it now at resale at maybe some ridiculous amounts. But again, we are here to break down this scent thanks to Terrence, who sent this over. I get to break it down. I'll tell you guys if it really smells like it's, $1,500 price tag, and is it a type of Roja scent that will, kind of like be there at the level that maybe Chypre Extraordinaire is, Diaghilev, Sweetie Oud, and other legendary Roja scents. Let's go spray this thing right now and find out. I'm out. These are the last sprays. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, the very rare and sought after Roja Parfums Tea at Bergdorf Goodman. Starting with this opening, which, I mean, the moment I smelled it, I was like, wow, man, this is sick. And, smelling the opening, when I was testing this, like, I couldn't wait for the next stages of the fragrance, to be honest. And this fragrance starts off with the notes of your citruses, your common sparkling citruses that you have in Roja. You got your grapefruit, your lemon, sparkling bergamot right there, classy citruses that come in right there, glistening, sparkling. But the thing about this fragrance that really got me was the combination of basil and petitgrain that are pretty prominent here in the beginning. Definitely you are going to get a green, like herbal basil, slightly spicy overtone with the sparkling citruses in the back. And also, one thing I will say in this opening is that you will get the early appearance of that mate tea. Okay, so there's whiffs of tea in the beginning part of this fragrance. I mean, definitely because This is tea at BG. So in the beginning, you get early whiffs of the tea. But really, the thing that stands out here is the green, the herbal, the spicy, on top of glistening citruses that I like. And with that being said, that makes this intro very different, okay? So most of other tea scents out there usually start with just citruses, and it goes into a gradient of tea. This one here is more green, herbal, spicy, basil, and then glistening citrus in the back, and then tea in the back as well. So again, it caught my attention. Very different, but also very, I would say, like, you know, classy, kind of like classy, modern with that greenness. And I think that it'll be something that will catch the attention of those that are expecting something different in the intro of this fragrance. And when it comes to initial sillage and projection, guys, I gotta say that this intro right here is a nice lingering draw-in scent. However, one thing I will say is that once the mid hits, 30 to 35 minutes later, guys, tea at BG really switches gears on the performance. And that's something I will explain as we go. But definitely at the mid of this fragrance, performance gets much stronger into a type of like an aura scent that does have a scent trail. You walk around and people will smell you. So that is something that happens kind of at the mid. But in the beginning, it's expected. Citruses, some nice basil aroma is going to be lingering and draw in, and then eventually get stronger in the mid. And with all that being said, what is up with the mid of tea at BG? The mid right here is going to be the most notable in my opinion, and it is the part that lasts really the longest with the most complex set of notes and stages. Okay, so right from the intro, like I said, you are going to get that green basil with petitgrain, some little bitter petitgrain with sparkling citruses, and of course you've got the métis coming in right there. Now here in the mid, guys, one of the bridge notes is going to be fig. Okay, so there's fruity fig that heads into the mid of this fragrance. And it's a nice fruity balancer because the actual tea note that you are gonna get here in tea at BG is pretty much a bitter note. It's a bitter metallic tea note that is accompanied by initially a nice fruity fig. Now one note right here that's very prominent in the mid is gonna be hay, all right? And hay, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory if you know what hay is. Hay, it feels like more like a texture thing in the mid of tea at BG. As the tea note, the metallic tea note, the gradient tea note comes in, plus that fig, that fruity fig that introduces it, coming in straight from the citruses, you are going to get this nice tea comforting backdrop that I think is pretty unique right here, guys. All right, so those are kind of like the notes. You get to enjoy the tea, the fig, as well as that hay in the initial parts of the mid of this fragrance. Now one thing I did state at the sillage and projection aspect of this fragrance is that at some point this thing gets significantly stronger. And why is that? Well, you are going to get the early appearance of gaiac wood and leather. Okay, so these two notes come in somewhere in the mid, like 2 hours in or 1 hour and a half in. You're going to get a stronger gaiac wood leather combination. Doesn't overwhelm the whole thing, but definitely you feel the push in the performance because these are more, you know, thicker, intense notes that come in. So there is a boost in performance. And the balancer to the gaiac wood leather, the early leather gaiac wood combo still goes on with the tea, is going to be these other sweet and floral notes. So you've got orange blossom, you've got violet, and you still got the tea right there, all balancing this stuff out, giving a very complex, ultra classy, stronger tea, but very complex. Like I said, it's got the fig, it's got the sweet florals, and then it's got some classy leather and gaiac wood here in the mid of this fragrance. So I was like, wow, this is the Roja I'm looking for right here. The complex guy is going to give us something new and something different with multiple notes, because obviously this fragrance doesn't have a budget. You know, it's a $1,300 fragrance. They better give us all these crazy combinations, and that's what I got. So I would say in this mid, you're gonna really enjoy the tea. Beautiful tea, however, great fruity intro, great unique like hay backdrop and texture, and of course with the increase of the black leather and the Gaiac wood, the smoky Gaiac wood, increases the performance. You've got a medley of orange blossom, violet, and even rose down the line to really balance this fragrance right here, Roja style. Very complex, very unique, and of course very likable. I like this mid right here. And at the dry down right here of tea at BG, one of the prominent notes is going to be cacao, and it is well mixed with Gaiac wood / sandalwood. And this cacao is a dry cacao. You know, you probably smelled it in other scents where it's not a chocolate, a milky chocolate. No, it's literally like dry cacao, like cacao powder that goes well with woody notes. So I would say it's a combo. It's that cacao with the woods, and then you're gonna get with this cacao a nice saffron, nutmeg, black pepper combo, basically a spice combo, okay? And I wouldn't say that the saffron right here is like super loud like in other scents. It's well blended in with some nutmeg and black pepper. Apparently there's some vanilla as well. Leather is still kind of there, but it's more like lowered. I feel like the mid had a stronger leather, stronger Gaiac wood combination, but towards the end, it's gonna be a nice dry cacao / woods with some spices down the line. And I know that there's an amber note, and the amber note actually comes right towards the very end of this fragrance. Then you'll get to smell that golden amber. I got to smell that golden amber with some spices down the line, I would say near the 12-hour mark of this fragrance. But it's a wonderful dry cacao, woodsy dry down with some spices. Very unique. Of course, the tea is kind of gone at this point, but still a nice complex dry down to finish off this fragrance. Okay, so what do I think of this fragrance right here, Roja at BG? First and foremost, I really regret not opening this package earlier and like testing this, because this is a wonderful, unique, complex tea fragrance. And if that's what you're looking for, this is it right here. This won't smell like any other tea fragrance, although tea is simply a note that is so calming and it's a nice gradient. But definitely here in Roja, I mean, he made sure that this mid with the tea would be pretty damn complex, you know, where you will enjoy sweet floral nuances, hay, fig, you know, fruity floral nuances, leather and Gaiac happening at the same time. And also the intro and latter parts of this fragrance, not related to tea, is gonna be unique. It's gonna be different. Okay, so that is really what it is for those that are sick and tired of, you know, simpler formulas that seem to be copied over and over. This is definitely a fragrance that will give you that complexity that you're looking for in Roja fragrances. Now, usage-wise, this fragrance right here is an upscale grabber that can be a signature scent, right? Because it has its own unique combination that probably no one else will have. And this one is wearable, in my opinion, anytime, anywhere. It's got glistening citruses, a green, spicy basil intro. It's still got those, you know, slightly thicker notes that are fall winter notes, but then they're not, I mean, if you know Roja, you know that they're not so thick that they're in like the super like warming, super comforting stage. You know, these notes with Roja Parfums are really balanced, that you can wear this literally spring, you can wear it in summer, you can wear it in AC environments, you can wear it in fall, winter. So this is an extremely wearable fragrance in almost any climate, in my opinion, and especially that it is in a very balanced amount with a mix of notes, a medley of notes that can go either way in any type of climate or weather. Okay, and total performance on this fragrance for me is over 12 hours, and this fragrance started real nice, aromatic green with some citruses, and then suddenly in the mid, like literally pedal to the metal on the performance, and that kind of stayed for a while. But longevity wise, definitely you can smell the spices, golden amber down the line, even past 12 hours in my opinion. And as you all know, Roja Parfums types of fragrances, they're not really super loud or super attention getting. This will definitely be one of those like aroma type fragrances, those scent trail type fragrances, but are still very, you know, you can say like high-end, private, still, I would say like not close quarters, but slightly stronger than that, but still not super attention getting, which is exactly, I think, what they're going for in terms of the actual like sillage of the fragrance throughout. So I would say really decent, long performing. I like this one right here. And finally, let's look at the cost of this fragrance right here. If I'm right, this fragrance came out at $1,300 plus the tax. That's like, I don't know, $1,400 something. Very, very expensive, but also very limited. And I think that this will appeal first and foremost to those that really collect these things, those that buy Shipwreck Extraordinaire, Diaghilev, PDLN, Lost in Paris, right? If you're in that kind of like collecting range, which kind of like same as like Boudicca, same thing. I would say that this is a must-have, definitely one of those fragrances that has high collectability, and also again, the scent itself, the scent speaks for itself in terms of complexity and luxury. Definitely this one delivers as a very Roja tapped, tea scent for those high-end collectors out there. So if this is part of your, if your budget is in that range, I'm sure, you will be very happy, getting this scent right here. It's not super duper complex, but I would say it's a refreshing take on a high-end luxury tea scent. And I kind of wish that this was more accessible to people, because I feel like this tea scent can definitely compete with almost any tea scent out there, and it could probably even smash them, to be honest. So I would say if I had $1,300 and this thing was available, I would buy it, no doubt. And that is it. That is my no hype review on this very exclusive Roja Parfums fragrance, Tea at Bergdorf Goodman. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance right here. If you are one of the few that have enjoyed or tried this fragrance, I would love to know your thoughts on this one right here. Or did you guys feel that this is a special fragrance, yes or no? And what do you find so special about it? Let me know on the comments below. And again, I should have done this last year. Thank you so much, Terrence, for sending this over. Champagne at BG, hopefully coming soon, so I can try it as well. That's exciting too, considering that this is an amazing and complex Roja version tea scent right here. Okay, and I will see you guys on the next video. Hopefully we hit 27,000 subscribers today. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this fragrance review, and I will see you guys on the next video. God bless, take care, peace.